have taken Africa. Africa right now is gone. Do you know what they're doing? The Africans and third world countries want to develop. They don't have the money. So here comes the United States behind the IMF, the World Bank, Federal Reserve. Come, we'll give you some money. Here is $1 billion. And they hold that carrot out. Then they say, wait. You must devalue your currency. And just think of this for a minute. Devalue your currency. Now, what is current? Bring that picture out here, brother. What time is it?
Here's the 2 letters. Okay.
I'm almost there. Can you sit with me a few more minutes? I'd just like you to, they're going to stand here and hold this. This is the serpent that has deceived the whole world. We'll get to him in just a minute. Stay right there, brothers. Now, currency, and current. Current is the flow of electricity from a source to that which receives it. And when that which receives current receives it, it is power to create motion, light, heat, and energy. To diminish the current is to diminish the power coming from the source, then less light, less heat, less energy, less motion. So when the IMF says devalue your currency, they're literally weakening that nation's ability to provide strongly for itself. Now the IMF says after you devalue your currency, you must privatize. This is in the name of a global economy. You must privatize. Now look at this privatization. Privatize means you must sell off the things that government owns as representative of the people, so that private companies can buy your gold mines, your uranium, buy even your means of electricity, gas and water, so that outsiders now come in to buy, then they own the means of production of wealth in that country. So the whole country is working for the IMF, the World Bank, and behind the loan is America buying these people so that when she needs a vote in the United Nations, they will vote with her or punk out and abstain. Africa is gone. They're enslaved now by debt. You see new roads being built, but the price of the new road is that they've given up the gold. They've given up oil concessions. In Mexico, when America bailed out Mexico, they tied the bailout to Pemex, which is the oil producer in Mexico. But the Mexicans were smart. They paid the loan off, but still in debt. You know why Nigeria is a rogue state? Do you know why Libya is a rogue state? Do you know why China is not looked at too well? Listen, there are human rights violations in every country, including this one. That's not the reason that Nigeria is a rogue state. When have white people cared about black people killing each other? Listen to me. They say Abacha killed the Ogoni 9. That's all. We should put sanctions on him. He killed the Ogoni 9. Yeah? When have you cared? More than 9 may have died last night in Chicago. You haven't said anything about blacks killing each other. You're not in the ghettos trying to get us to be more humane. You know why they're saying that Nigeria is a rogue nation? Because Nigeria refuses to borrow any money from the IMF and the World Bank, and 40% of their staff in Nigeria had to go home because Nigeria refused to borrow any money from them. So when Nigeria refuses to borrow, then through careful manipulation of the economy, they can strengthen the Nigerian naira, its currency. Libya won't borrow no money from the IMF. China ain't borrowing any money. We're developing our economy. The IMF is the new slave maker, the World Bank. I talked with a highly placed banker in Saudi Arabia. When I mentioned this, that this is a form of slavery, he didn't deny it. He said, brother, we're only trying to diminish the effects. We don't know how to stop it. But suppose the Muslim world decided to tie their currency to gold so that they would not be the victim of a floating currency that can go up and down at somebody's whim. But if they tied it to gold as a stable anchor for currency, then they could break probably the back of these world serpents